everybody. Welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. And we're really excited today to get to talk to Michael and Janeen Damian, who are the creative team behind Falling for Christmas for Netflix and the Christmas Waltz last year, or in 2020? Yes, I think it was 2020.
Yeah,
yes.
I think so.
It feels like it was, I don't know, time. What is time? But anyway, they were the creative team behind Falling for Christmas and the Christmas Waltz. We're so excited to have you on the podcast. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having us.
We're excited to be here.
It's funny because I felt like I had interviewed you before, that you'd been on the podcast, but actually you were kind enough to come on our patron watch along last year. But we haven't actually done an interview, which is wild because it feels like we have.
I know. Yeah. This is a long time coming, you know?
But I would love to hear just a little bit about your backstory. How did you two meet? How did you end up together?
How did we get together?
Yes.
I met Janeen on an airplane. It was a chartered flight from Los Angeles to Provo to the Osmonds studio for the Osmonds it was the Children's Miracle Network telethon.
Okay.
And Janeen was with her dad, the wonderful actor James Best, you all know from Dukes of Hazzard, Roscoe P. Coltrane. I didn't know it was her dad. I thought it was her boyfriend. So I didn't really want to try talking to her because I thought maybe, I didn't want to upset Roscoe. And then later I found out from my brother that he was her dad. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And that was our first encounter in Utah on an airplane.
Oh, wow.
It was quite romantic. I heard bells when I saw him. He walked by, he walked down the aisle and it's like, da, da.
I love it.
Of course, he didn't look at me, but
I did look at
okay,
you.
well, he was very sneaky.
I sneaked a peek, but I wanted to be respectful,
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes when you know, right?
That's right.
Great example of that. That's really fun. Well, so the Christmas Waltz was a big fan favorite. Everybody really enjoyed it, that I know, at least. I enjoyed it. And in fact, I recently did my top 12 Christmas movie, Hallmark Christmas movies episode with my friend Amber. And I had it, the Christmas Waltz. I think it was like at 6 or 7, something like that. So one of my faves. I really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you.
That was a really fun one to make.
Yeah.
And Lacey and Will were just amazing to work with, and they're really good friends, and they work so well together. And then the dance element just made it super special. So,
yeah. So how did that all come about? How did you end up like writing it, getting involved in it, and did you get pushback on having the whimsical dancing down the street sequence?
Oh no, I don't.
Did you have to fight for that one at all?
No, it was.
We had to fight for the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to get the song. I think it was just, we come from Janeen being an incredible, dancer, and I come from the, music world, as you know, and Broadway world as well. And so this was, we just wanted to write something we love. We love Christmas, obviously. It's our favorite time of year, and we wanted to make a love story, and we wanted dance to be one of the characters. And it just we started writing it, and we write from our hearts, and it just all fell into place. And then we got it to Lacey, right? And then Lacey read it and she loved it. And then she recommended Will, if I'm.
Yes, she did, because we were looking for a dancer. Yes, we didn't know Will. And she had done
the chocolate movie.
Yes. Love, Romance, and Chocolate.
Like romance. Yes, they had done that, and she was so she suggested Will, and we were thrilled to get him. So actually Brad Kervoy from MPCA kind of developed it with us, and that's where it started. But that was a really fun one to write,
because it was so whimsical and enchanting, and I just really enjoyed it. So more of that, please, hopefully.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, you got it. We'll put that on our list.
Yes.
Put it on the Christmas list. Done.
From the creator of the #1 Christmas podcast comes a new book to surprise and delight you into a happier holiday season. Christmas Past, the fascinating stories behind our favorite holidays traditions by Brian Earl, is out now just in time for the holidays. Available in hardcover and ebook from Lions Press and as an audiobook narrated by the author from Recorded Books, behind every Christmas tradition is a story, often a forgotten one. When we pour the eggnog and trim the tree, we're continuing generations-old narratives without knowing their starting chapters. Until now, Brian Earl brings the same wide-eyed fascination and cozy nostalgia from the podcast to the book. Featuring 26 short chapters and eye-catching graphics, you'll want to have it on your coffee table or mantle all season long. Find out why Apple Books named Christmas Past a must-listen and get a copy today wherever books are sold. And remember, it makes a great gift. Find out more at ChristmasPastPodcast.com. That's ChristmasPastPodcast.com. So for Falling for Christmas, how did this all come about? Was it was it chicken or the egg situation as far as Lindsay's involvement, or did you have the script before her and then found her, or did you did you formulate it around her?
Well, again, it was a combo of Brad Cravoy and Netflix, and I guess MPCA had developed the script, and then Lindsay was attached, and then they came to us with the script and Lindsay.
Well, Netflix
came to us with the script and Lindsay, and then we had quite a few meetings and interviews to see if we all meshed and everything was going to work out between all of us, and we had such a great time on our meetings with her. And then they had us come in and do a, rewrite polish on it. And just to bring in all those beautiful elements that Lindsay has to offer, the physical comedy and the emotion and all of those things. So it started with the script and Lindsay.
Yep.
And then we came.
And then we went and did scouting and found the perfect location, and then modified the script based on all the locations and what we were finding, as we traveled all around the mountains of Utah and discovered some gems.
Yes. So Janeen, how did you end up? This is, I think, your first film that you directed?
Yes, it's my directorial debut.
So exciting. So how did that all happen? How did you end up? Yay.
Well, I think it was Brad that came to us and said that he thought that it would be really interesting for us to possibly flop roles on this, because it would be nice for Lindsay to have, because Lindsay was coming back from after a long break, that it might be nice to have a woman that would be directing her and making, giving her a really, safe space to create and all of that. And so I thought that they thought it would be, and Michael and I have been talking about it for a long time. We basically co-direct it together. So it really wasn't that much different than what we've been doing.
Yeah, it's pretty much the way we've actually always been working. We work together. We don't really, it's hard to say what departments and what things we do together. We're always flopping, things on the set, and, you take care of this, I'll take care of that. And we're always working together in harmony. So, but it was time for Janeen to, to get up there and get into the captain's seat. And I think it was perfect. She had great synergy. I could see right away that she and Lindsay had this incredible chemistry together, and it was really something special. And it was just a perfect fit.
Mm-hmm. Janeen, were you nervous about taking on this new role? I mean, you said it was somewhat similar, but still.
Oh, well, we're always learning. And so this was, going to be a wonderful learning opportunity for me. Michael and I had done a lot of movies together already. So, I felt really prepared, and I had him by my side. So I had a great support system.
So were you anticipating the Overboard comparisons? Were you intentionally paying homage to Overboard, or how do you think about that?
Oh, I mean, I think there's definitely, there's a little bit of a wink and a nod to Overboard, and that, that's a story that's been told. And I think this was a really
while you
fun,
were sleeping was
I think that it's a fresh new take on it, though. So it was kind of fun to take that and put a spin on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I I think in some ways it actually proves upon Overboard. I mean, I like Overboard, don't get me wrong, but there's just a few things that needed a little bit of a shine, and I think you were able to do it. I really enjoyed the film. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I appreciated that you weren't afraid to go into sort of slapstick and make things a little bit silly and over the top.
Oh, we loved comedy, and so does Lindsay. And it was really fun to have a chance to kind of explore that side of her. And also, I think that George Young, who played Tad, did such a great job bringing in that comedic element, along with Sean Dillingham and Chase Ramsey. And they all had a lot of fun together too. So.
Yeah, I felt like the Tad character was a tricky balance of like, how silly do we make him, how over the top, but I feel like he nailed it. And he was one of my favorite parts about the film.
Oh, that's great.
Very funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. You do have to make sure that you serve the story, and at the same time we want to entertain and we want people to laugh and have fun, as well as feel the emotion and be moved by the story. So we kind of like to offer a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And I also thought it was a balancing act for Lindsay's character of how snobby, or I guess, or do we start her off as, and how does that character trajectory work? Because we want to keep her likable.
We do, absolutely. I mean, I think that she starts out
she's spoiled.
Well, she's spoiled, and she goes basically from selfish to selfless. And I think that it's a really beautiful journey for her to have through the Christmas magic, to find a moment in time to actually reevaluate what's important in her life.
Yeah.
Which is a nice positive message that we like to put out there.
Yeah.
Family, friends, community giving is really, that's the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah, because she starts out a little bit snobby, but like she still has that heart to her because of her, feelings about her mother, and the connection she has with her father at the beginning of the movie.
Yep,
absolutely.
So that helps you from making her too much of a Grinch.
Well, it's true, and her father is a single dad trying to make her happy, and not maybe necessarily knowing the best way to do that. He does it by giving her things.
Yes.
And
yes, the president of atmosphere.
But I think that in the end, I think what's beautiful is that the father also is brought into the fold as well, the character that Jack Black plays. And you feel that they're now going to have a sense of family in a deeper meaning in a deeper sense. So he also gets to grow throughout the story as well.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, what a great hire to bring in Jack Wagner.
Oh my gosh, he is so fantastic.
What a Cord Overstreet we loved as well. Cord is wonderful to work with, and he was a lot of fun.
Oh gosh, Cord, he's got such a great sense of humor, and he has really a beautiful sense of timing, and he can also bring in a lot of emotional depth as well. So that was a really nice matchup with Lindsay.
Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/Hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
He was new to me. I didn't watch Glee, so I'd never seen him before. So yeah, I found him Very charming.
Yeah, he's great.
And he's got a heck of a voice. Did you hear the
Mm.
song in the movie?
Yes.
Everybody Loves Christmas. Yeah, Everybody Loves Christmas. He really rocked that. Of course, Lindsay rocked her Jingle Bell Rock.
That's right.
Yeah, because it's a tricky thing because you want to keep the again, keeping characters likable, but with him, like you don't want him to like be treating you. It could get sort of Hallmark or horror pretty quickly, you know, with him like having her and she doesn't have any memories, you know, and what does he do? So you have to be pretty careful about his character. And I think you were. I found him endearing and sweet.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. That makes us very happy to hear.
Yes. And you know, like he has the backstory and with, you know, we love our hot widowers in these movies. And,
That's funny.
I thought the ending was really fun because you get like a happy ending for Tad, you get a happy ending for our lead couple, of course. And so, you know, everybody, it's just nice. Nobody is like everybody gets a happy ending, which is what you want in one of these movies.
We love happy endings. We're
Yes.
Yeah, we
So
are.
we try to sneak them in there whenever we can.
Yeah. And the little girl was really cute.
Oh, that's awesome.
Olivia.
Olivia, yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a pleasure.
Olivia
She
Perez.
is so smart
Oh,
and
yeah.
so endearing to work with. Oh my goodness, that was what a find.
Alejandro.
And Alejandro, who played her grandmother, is
Yeah,
also a really special
fabulous
person.
people.
Yeah. Really great cast. And I loved the scene where she's trying to make the bed. That was so funny.
Oh, good. We had a lot of fun shooting that.
Yeah.
That's me making a bed, by the way. I have trouble with fitted sheets. I just wanted to say that right now.
Yeah.
They always spring off the other end for me.
Yeah, it was good. Because you want to show her learning, but you don't want her to be like an indentured servant.
Right, exactly. Well, I mean, I think it's okay for them to ask her to clean her own room.
Mhm,
So
right.
as long as she's not really cleaning rooms at other people's rooms.
Yes.
Which that seemed fair enough.
Yeah. Well, and you got some beautiful places in Utah to film, in Park City, probably, right?
Yes.
Deer
Yeah.
Valley.
At Deer Valley, Park City. We filmed at the Goldner Hirsch. We filmed at the Blue Boar Inn in Midway, Utah. Yeah, those locations. It was a dream.
Yeah, I'm
Everybody-
watching, especially that one with the hot tub in the on the roof.
Yeah, that's the Goldner Hirsch in Deer
Yeah,
Valley.
I'm like, man, I need to go there because I'm in Utah.
I know we never got to get in there. We
That
gotta
looked
go
amazing.
enjoy that spa.
Mhm, yeah. Well, I think we're out of time, but thank you so much to both of you for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having us, and thank you for watching the movie.
Yeah.
And we're happy for everybody to know about it, and
Mhm.
forward to sharing it with your viewers.
Yeah. And maybe one of these days we can do a watch along. And
Oh, that'd
that
be
was so
fun.
fun. Yeah.
Those are really fun.
That would be
It's
great.
really great to get a chance to hear the fans' reactions
in
to
real
things.
time.
Yeah.
That'd
Well,
be great.
I hope you both have a very Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Thank you. We wish you a Merry Christmas too.
Yeah, thank you for everything.
We'd like to thank Michael and Janeen for coming on the podcast. This was a lot of fun to get to talk with them. And so let us know what you think of all the things we talked about in the comments. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all of our social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. Check that out. Also, make sure you're following the podcast Hallmarkies Pod and Hallmarkies Podcast, all of our social media. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. That really helps us a lot. And if you are listening on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that so much. We also have the patron group, as we talked about, with all the watch alongs. And on that watch along with Michael and Janeen, we got to talk to Lacey Chabert. So that was amazing. So it's definitely worth your while to become a patron. And also check out the merch store where you can get tons of Hallmarkies, postables, Hardee's inspired merch, as well as all kinds of festive Christmas designs. Please take a look at that. It really helps us a lot. And thanks so much to Michael and Janeen, and we'll wish you all a Merry Christmas. Bye.